It was a peaceful morning in the kingdom of Ife. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a golden hue over the verdant fields and bustling marketplaces. King Will sat in his grand hall, listening to the daily reports from his advisers. The hall was adorned with intricate carvings and vibrant tapestries, reflecting the rich culture of Ife. Just as Chief Ayumide finished his report on the state of the kingdom's granaries, a stranger entered the hall. Dressed in tattered clothes and looking weary from travel, the stranger bowed deeply before the king. "Your Majesty," the stranger began, his voice trembling, "I come to you with a matter of great importance. I am from the neighboring kingdom of Oyo. Our land has been struck by a terrible drought, and our people are suffering." King Will listened intently, his brow furrowing with concern. The kingdom of Ife had experienced its own share of hardships in the past, and he knew the gravity of such a situation. "What is it that you seek, traveler?" asked the king. The stranger took a deep breath before continuing. "Your Majesty, we have heard of the abundance of your kingdom, and we humbly ask for your assistance. We need grain and water to sustain our people until the rains return." King Will pondered the request. He was known for his generosity, but he also had to consider the needs of his own people. Ife was currently flourishing, but sharing their resources could put them at risk if the drought spread to their lands. He turned to his trusted advisor, Chief Ayumai, for counsel. "What do you think, Ayumai? Can we afford to help our neighbors without endangering our own people?" King Will nodded. He then summoned his daughter, Princess Adana, known for her intelligence and compassion. "Adana, what are your thoughts on this matter?" Princess Adana stepped forward, her eyes shining with empathy. "Father, our people are strong and resilient. We have always thrived by helping one another. If we extend our hand to Oyo in their time of need, we forge a bond that could benefit both kingdoms in the future. However, we must ensure that our aid is distributed wisely to prevent any misuse." King Will smiled, proud of his daughter's wisdom. He turned back to the stranger. "We will help your kingdom, but we must do so carefully. We will send a delegation to Oyo with supplies and advisors to oversee their distribution. This way, we ensure that our aid reaches those who truly need it and that our own people are protected." The stranger bowed deeply, gratitude evident in his eyes. "Thank you, Your Majesty. Your kindness will not be forgotten." As the delegation from Ife arrived in Oyo, they were greeted with open arms by the people. However, something seemed amiss. Prince Ayujinmi, the ambitious and deceitful Prince of Oyo, had heard of the aid being sent from Ife and saw it as an opportunity to further his own ambitions. He had conspired to keep most of the resources for himself, planning to use them to gain favor among his people and ultimately challenge his own father, King Adibeo, for the throne. Unaware of Prince Ayujinmi's true intentions, the delegation began distributing the supplies, but Princess Adana, who had accompanied the delegation, sensed something was wrong. She noticed that the supplies were not reaching the most needy, and that the prince's supporter seemed to be unusually well provisioned. Determined to uncover the truth, Princess Adana began to investigate quietly. She spoke to the villagers, listened to their stories, and pieced together the deceit. One night, she confronted Prince Ayujinmi with her findings. "Prince Ayujinmi, I know what you are doing," she said firmly. You are withholding aid from those who need it most for your own gain. This is not what my father intended." The prince smirked, his eyes cold. "What do you intend to do about it, princess? Your kingdom is far away, and you are alone here." But Adana was not easily intimidated. She had secretly gathered evidence and witnesses. The next day, she presented her findings to King Adibeo, who was horrified by his son's actions. "Prince Ayujenme, you have betrayed your people and brought shame upon our family," the king declared. "You will be stripped of your titles and banished from Wo." With Prince Ayujenme's deceit exposed and justice served, the aid from Ife was properly distributed to those in need. The bond between Ife and Oo grew stronger, built on the foundation of trust and shared values. King Adwale and Princess Adana returned to Ife, knowing they had not only helped their neighbors, but also upheld the principles of justice and integrity. The story of their wisdom and courage spread far and wide, a testament to the power of doing what is right, even in the face of deception.